Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I wanted to tell you the secret story of the Gingerbread Man Exo in Advanced Warfare. I'm actually using it right now. You don't see it too much on my end except for the hands and feet occasionally or when I die. So let's jump over to the Create a class so I can show you exactly what he looks like. And here he is, the infamous Gingerbread Man himself, with his gingerbread exo and pants and chest and gingerbread gloves and big stupid gingerbread helmet with licorice lips and gumdrop eyes, and he's got candy canes for his augmented part of the exoskeleton itself and frosting, and I believe those are mints or little, I guess, gumdrops for the joints, and he looks really stupid. Let's be honest. This is not what I wanted in Call of Duty. This is well known as one of the moments where Call of Duty truly jumped the shark when it went too far, when there was a point of no return, so to speak. And this was in a game like Advanced Warfare, which had plenty of silly things like samurais and clowns and lots of crazy guns and stuff like that. But the Gingerbread Man, you see a lot on thumbnails on YouTube, and a lot of people like to bash on it, but for good reason. Of course, the gameplay is going to continue to be the Gingerbread Man, and I was on this train too. I didn't really think very highly of this, but there's a secret story behind the Gingerbread Man, something not many people know, and that's that it was created as a Make-A-Wish wish. It was a gift to somebody from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This information only came out very recently when COD Intel was talking to Michael Condrey. COD Intel was saying, Michael Condrey, Glenn Schofield, those are the two heads of Sledgehammer Games, says, whatever you guys do next, please keep the theme and atmosphere alive in MP and don't add gingerbreads. Michael Condrey does a .at reply for everybody and says the Gingerbread Man was designed by a Make-A-Wish gamer as his holiday Advanced Warfare gear set with his name in the icing. It was humbling and an honor. This isn't just made up either. If you load up the Gingerbread Exo and look very closely, you do see the name Julian written in frosting on the very front of the Exo right underneath the green candy bow tie. So I'm assuming a dying child by the name of Julian got his Make-A-Wish granted by Sledgehammer Games, probably through Call of Duty corporate, all the way through the top. They reached out. They have a lot of PR teams that handle this sort of stuff, and they let this kid design any sort of exo that he wanted. For I guess he was a big Call of Duty fan, and he wanted people to enjoy his exoskeleton. So he wanted a holiday exo, and I don't get very much information because most of the Make-A-Wish work that they do is private, but the impression that I get is that he just wanted to make a fun, holiday-themed exo for everybody to enjoy, something nice and lighthearted in an otherwise serious game. And I right properly feel like an asshole now. I thought that the Gingerbread Man was terrible and it was dumb, but knowing the context behind its creation, that it was a Make-A-Wish gift to a dying child, and that his dying wish was granted and now is often maligned on the internet, makes me feel bad. That doesn't erase the fact that Advanced Warfare has a lot of silly weapons and a lot of silly exos, from clowns to samurais and gladiators and tank divers, but this one in particular made sense. It has some context. I kind of wish they would have made an announcement about this, or that people would have known about it when it happened live, because I can guarantee you that all of the negative sentiment around the Gingerbread Man would not have been there. However, again, Make-A-Wish tends to work in private for some requests and in public for others. We're very familiar with the public works, meet a celebrity, hang out with John Cena, that kind of stuff, but there are a lot of private requests that are granted, such as this, that we don't know about, and that is the secret story of the Gingerbread Man. It was not some developer's wet dream on how to ruin Call of Duty or how to make the craziest thing possible. It was simply a dying child wanted to give us all a fun holiday exoskeleton, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something useful. And Julian, I'm gonna rock the Gingerbread Exo from here on in. I'm not changing at all in Advanced Warfare. That one's for you, buddy. Drifter out.